Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? I can't hear anything, but then again, I'm the only one talking. Wait, so yes, you can hear me? Let me know. I'm going to be going live shortly with the Holly Marie Combs of Charmed fame and one of my favorite people on the planet, my longtime sister. What the hell? Oh my God, you guys, it is so hot where I'm at. I'm dying. Wait, did she send the request? Let me look. Here we go. Oh, thank you for telling me you hear me. I appreciate that.
There she is.
There she is.
There she is.
You took all my hair. You kept it. How much hair do you have now? Is it like 5 feet long?
Oh no, you don't understand. It's like quarantine long now. It's not okay. It's like
Well,
literally.
that's what happened to me too.
Yeah.
I used to be bald.
It's quarantine long, but look at you. I
Look at
like
you,
it.
beautiful.
That's a good
You look
look on you.
wonderful. Thank you. It's this is this is the tannest I've ever been in my life.
It kind of is. I ain't gonna lie.
No, this is weird.
Yeah, that's like the most color you've ever had.
Unless it was like I went to a glamour don't party, like don't wear this, like wear what you're, and of course I didn't really think about that when I did it, that it would live on the internet forever and that people wouldn't understand that the party was to wear clothes that you shouldn't wear. And it
Right.
was like, and I got a really disgusting orange brown spray tan for it. And I was like, and I wore a pin that said, a necklace that said hottie. And like, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, but it was a fun party, so who cares if they
It
didn't
wasn't really,
understand it?
well, actually at that party, it was fucked up. I'll tell you what happened was, it was right after I broke up with Manson, a little while after. And I was at this party and this interviewer comes up to me with a, little recorder, I think from like Us magazine or something equally stupid. And she goes, oh, you look so beautiful tonight, Rose. You look amazing. Hey, did you know Manson just got engaged?
Ooh,
And it literally,
ouch.
like, boom, like, I just, like, burst out in tears. And I was like, it was just like a weird, I wasn't like, it was just the shock of it, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was my memory of the party. That and people telling me it was my favorite clothes and look I'd ever worn. And I was like,
They thought you were being like avant-garde stylish and you were just like, no, that's
orange,
just what
orange, just that. And then
just
sometimes in
what the party
Hollywood,
dress code
it was
was.
like, yeah, just a party dress code. What's the most ridiculous party dress you've ever worn?
Oh
Was it
God.
on Charmed?
No, definitely not. No. I mean, we Shannon and I went to a Halloween party once where like I guess we had extra spare time, so we did like full like Renaissance. Like there was bustles and corsets and
Was it the
things.
theme? Wait, was it the theme of the party?
Yeah, it was like this whole like it was a lot of Renaissance. It was
Well,
it
at least
was
what? Oh, that sounds like my nightmare.
yeah, those pictures live somewhere and they scare me. But yeah, it was
Oh,
a
I'm gonna
very
find. Hey, if anybody out there can find those pictures of Holly Marie Combs and Shannon Doherty in
they're
Renaissance
somewhere.
outfits,
They're definitely somewhere. I
tag
mean,
me.
I don't know why we were so invested in Halloween that year, but we really
Oh, it was
were.
Halloween. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I used to go all out for Halloween. Do you
yeah,
remember?
yeah.
I
This
used to
was
go all
like
out
we went to a costume warehouse and like, borrowed
downtown.
stuff.
Oh, you went legit.
Yeah. And I don't know why. We were
That was
young.
some of my favorite stuff to do, actually. And while I was in Hollywood, was whenever I got to go to those the studios and go to their warehouses of clothing from movies going back to the 20s, and before, like famous outfits you've seen in all these different movies, like Elizabeth Taylor wore this or this
Right.
person wore that. That's like one of the, like, there's a lot that goes into filming and making projects that people don't know about, and those are like wardrobe department, costumers, super big unsung heroes usually. And but you see how they made it. Like now our clothes on TV or whatever get bought for us. but everything was custom. And they were made, so those Renaissance things were probably custom.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, we were lucky enough on Charmed. We had Mandy Line, who
Mandy
did
Line is the
PLL with
best.
me. She's the fantastic person ever. I mean, if anybody needs to see you naked all the time, it's her.
Oh yeah, I was like, what? Who does?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you have to trust the person that's dressing you, and you have to get undressed in front of them. Like, it's such an intimate relationship between
It's a
a
very
customer.
weird. It's a really weird job. I felt really bad, like on a few of the sets I was on, and I'm sure it happened regularly. Like I remember twice, two different assistant costumers who were there was a male actor who's about to film like a sex scene with me, so they have to put they call it a cock sock,
Yep.
and it looks like a sock for your cock, but.
Yep.
Both times on these two different movies, the male actors, whose now names I'm blanking on, which is probably good,
That's okay.
had the costume. Yeah, Holly's like, don't do it. Don't
That's
do
okay.
it. And I'm like, but
Leave it.
why? But why? Had the female, the very young costume assistant put their cock socks on for them. Because they could not, oh yeah,
No.
that's a very common thing. And they would have to be on their knees
Right.
putting,
Yeah, I mean, I've had when I've done even on picket fences, I had a partially nude scene, and like our set dresser had to be like down there taping stuff up for me that I would rather her not have to do, but it's almost like they had
you
to
have
do
to
it
like
so
give your body
they
up.
wouldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a weird business. It's a
It's
truly
a
weird
very
business.
strange job. It's really not okay for your mind, I don't think, or like mine, obviously, but I think some people can handle it, I guess. But it is bizarre. I mean, the things we do that I think very few people would understand that are totally normal to us or
Yeah,
were
which
for
is really
me.
funny. That's the funny part when people think that like, love scenes are this like excuse to like
Hot.
cheat on your spouse or really sexy or whatever. It literally starts with you like sweating uncomfortably, thinking about it in your trailer. Then people come to tape your stuff up with adhesives that aren't meant for skin, y'all. And then
And they still haven't figured that out.
right. And you still have to like go out and like try and pretend like I said today, like they asked me like, what was the most uncomfortable scenes with Charm? And I was like trying to be romantic. Like I'm just not good at it. Just not good at it. It's a super hard thing to like look at a person that is either your friend or someone you just met or someone you barely know and fiend this
It's
sort of love
weird.
story.
Well, the
It's
weirdest
weird.
thing yeah, it's weird. The weirdest thing I got when I was new on Charmed in the fourth season, like every week or every episode, it seemed like Paige had some random hookup, and I could tell they
Yep.
were trying. They were like, "Yeah, we're gonna get Rose, and it's gonna be sexy," and I was like, "Ew." And so then I complained after there was a scene. It was like 6:30 in the morning for rehearsal or whatever, and there's a guy who has a name in the script, but he said no lines. So I still don't
Okay.
know if he was like an extra or an actor or
Okay.
both. I'm not sure. But I had to lay face to face at 6:30 in the morning, like chest to chest, groin to groin,
Wow.
make out with him, and then you guys, your characters walk in and go, and I pop up from the couch like this, and I was just like, that
Right.
is like the guy didn't even have a like, character name. He didn't have a line. I was like, it wasn't him. It was just the whole situation that was like, what? And then I said, like, guys, you're kind of making Paige into a bit of a hoe. And then they went the totally other direction. So I almost never had any dates. And I was like, come on, someone's got to date her. And then I got stuck with the leprechauns pretty much because those are the only ones that came to my funeral, you know.
Really. I mean, yeah, there was
Three leprechauns. I had three little leprechauns at my funeral, and you guys had fake friends that were, extras to hire to be your friends, uh, mourning you. But I had three sad leprechauns. We died a
hey,
lot, didn't we?
a
Hey, it's
lot.
better
That was
than
a
no
good army.
leprechauns.
It's very much you need to have the leprechaun army. Fantastic. It's better than having them than not having
So,
them for sure.
so it shouldn't. No, and we worked with some great actors actually that were some of the leprechauns. But I
We did
remember
have
you
good ones.
telling, it was you that told me that with little actor people, um, that they have a high season that where it's hard to hire them, like Christmas. No, yeah, Christmas,
It's the holiday shows. Yeah.
Easter,
Yep.
St. Patrick's Day. It's extremely hard to find little
Yep.
actor people.
It's the holiday shows. It's totally
It's
true.
the
My
holiday shows.
favorite, even though we had some really great guest stars, and so many of them were your friends and already knew you, which was amazing. But my
I
favorite,
called in favors.
my favorite is Norman
Please be my boy.
Reedus. Literally Norman, who has done, I don't know, I think he did 2 or 3 episodes with us, still does not remember being on Charmed. Like, he blocked it out.
I get that. I block other things out. I mean, I block whatever. I'm like, people, you know how I am with my memory. People are like, you remember
Yep.
when we did this? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, we never did. And I'm like, well, why'd you tell me that? People can implant fake memories into me. I'm like, what? Or
No,
they'll
but
tell me,
literally, Norman does not remember being on the show at all. Like,
well,
done.
we have
Like,
evidence.
yeah.
Evidence.
A
We
few
have film.
hours.
It was shot on film. I love Norman. He's the best. I saw him, I think maybe almost 10 months ago now with his wife or partner, Diane Kruger, in New York. And he's just lovely.
Mhm.
I'm so happy for his career and his success. And, you know, he worked at
Yeah.
it for a really long time and he earned it.
Yeah,
And
he's
great
doing
with
really
fans.
well. Just doesn't
Someone
want to know the Charmed.
That's fine. Someone just asked what character was Norman. And I have to tell you, I have no fucking idea.
It was your boyfriend.
Oh, I know
He
that.
was your married boyfriend or something
Am
like
I
that.
broken? Am I blurry?
A little bit.
Holly?
You're a little pixelated,
So
but
are
your
you.
voice is fun. Okay.
Okay, you're
That's
a little
so weird.
pixelated, but I'm clear to me. Are you clear to you?
I'm clear to me, so that's what's weird. I don't know, but you
You
go
all
in
can't
and out.
see my radiance?
No, you go in and out. Like before, it was clear, so I don't know what happened. I've confiscated all of my
Well, I'm
kids'
stealing
Wi-Fi.
I'm stealing Wi-Fi from. Oh, someone just said my boyfriend's name was Nate. Daryl McCarthy.
Right.
You got it. Nate.
And
Daryl put him in jail.
So then what happened to him?
What did he go to jail for? Oh, he owned a piano bar. Is that where I sang Fever?
It must have been.
Must have been.
So
Never
is that
knew how
Brian's
much
episode?
I love you. What?
Wait, did you sing? You sang twice though, or only the once?
I think it was only once.
So then that would have been Brian's episode that he wrote that Norman was in?
Yeah, I really had no
Wow.
idea he did that. That was amazing. Brian Krause,
didn't?
who played
Yeah,
Leo.
he did it. He did it with a writing partner, and he was super quiet about it.
So he didn't tell people on set, really.
No.
I wonder why. I'd be
I
like,
don't
guess what I
know.
did? Guess what you're saying? And guess what you're not changing? No
That's right,
ad-libbing.
bitch. That's right, bitch. Say the words. Say
the
lines.
words.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Oh, yeah, dance monkey.
That's amazing. No, he didn't do it. He was super quiet about it. He was proud of it.
Someone just told me that I sang Hush Little Baby in front of Norman's character. How the hell do you people remember this? Incredible.
They've watched it more times than we have, for sure.
That's probably what it is. I used to watch the dailies, which for everybody who doesn't know, that's like if you shoot on film, or I guess digital now, you get the next morning or that night, you get the film that you shot that day, so the next day you can review it before you start work again and adjust things. And I never saw I saw like one after the first season. I was like, God damn, I've been lit like that the whole time and looked like this. I was like, I should have watched. But I have a thing where like my sisters sound just like me, kind of. Mm-hmm. And if I see myself, I hear their voice, but my mouth is moving, and it's like weird.
Yeah. No, recently I've more so been seeing my mother in the mirror, which is not cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not cool.
Wow.
And everybody's like, oh, you sound alike. So, but usually when I would watch myself when we were doing the show, I would see it as a totally different entity. Like she was a different product person.
Holly. Someone just wrote, where is it? They said that there's on YouTube dailies of us.
Yeah, no, they've been leaking. They've been leaking, and then every time it leaks on YouTube, and it's funny shit. It's good shit.
Do they
And
take
every
it
time
off?
yes,
What
CBS
the
does.
fuck? Why? It's
CBS,
funny.
I know,
Fuck you,
CBS
CBS.
takes it off, who never produced us, never had any interest in us, except that they bought Paramount and all of their products. So that's super annoying. That it's like, what do you care when, Aaron Spelling didn't want our gag reel to get out because he thought it was embarrassing. We thought it
Yeah,
was
that was the
hysterical.
best stuff. That was the best
Yeah,
stuff. Trust.
it really is. So, I mean,
Us being naturally us.
right. I mean, half of the gold is there. Literally more than half of the
Easily
gold.
there. I
Yeah.
wonder how many times I cursed and flipped off the camera. A lot.
At least once a week, which
No
would
more. Come
be
on.
at least 3
Every
times an
day.
episode.
I don't want to say this.
I know. I have to find those, salvage those, and literally they have to
Wait,
be
what
put
if,
somewhere.
you know what? You know those, I'm a little late to this whole reaction YouTube stuff, like years late apparently, but I just discovered this whole world. And apparently it doesn't break, if you do a reaction and you pause it, like if you're playing, say, an Eminem song.
Okay.
Or whatever, because I was just watching an Eminem reaction, that's why. And you pause it and talk about it, and then you go back into it. If you break it up,
Yeah.
it breaks up the copyright. I don't know if that applies to film and TV or just music, but that would be interesting because then you and I could react to the bloopers.
Oh, totally. It totally applies. Are you kidding me? It totally applies. And I don't know how CBS could tell me that they own something that's in my garage, but that I shot, but that I filmed, that I said out loud that wasn't scripted, but whatever. We'll get to that another day. We'll get to that some other day.
Tell me who to kill. You know how I do.
Right. And here's the thing. If it's not scripted, do they own it? No.
No.
They don't.
They don't. They don't own it. It's not scripted. This is just us.
Right. That would be our intellectual property.
Yes.
So the outtakes,
and we were
actually,
our outtakes are deeply intellectual.
Right. So the outtakes are our intellectual property and not owned by CBS because they didn't pay to run the cameras. So there. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it.
I love
freedom
bloopers
of speech.
too. They're my favorite. Freedom of speech. I was about to curse, but I stopped myself.
Why?
I don't know.
We're all grown-ups here.
Motherfuckers.
Do a Charmed movie. How do you feel about a Charmed movie? I'm supposed to let Fandemic in here to moderate
how do you do
questions with
Rows.
Rows.
On your side. Oh, I see. Okay.
How do I?
Do we have to?
We don't have to. We don't have to.
I just don't. I feel like everyone answers like the same questions, all the time, and I would rather just talk to you like this.
I know.
But
I know. How do you feel
I also
about
really
a Charmed
want a cigarette,
movie?
but I'm not going to. How do I feel about a Charm movie? I don't know. How do you feel about a Charm movie? I don't think it's ever. I think we've been. We were the black sheep of Paramount, the black sheep of CBS, the black sheep of the WB network.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of just shit on by everybody, but beloved by our people, the fans, and our awesome, and it kind of like, I think, I think they're like, I just don't know if anybody would ever even make a movie of us because we've always been looked down on. I don't know that they would do it.
You feel like we don't have an ally in our production team, which I agree with.
We don't.
We don't.
I don't feel it. We don't.
Right.
It's reality.
So you know who that ally is? Who everybody loves to sell to is Netflix.
I don't know anybody there.
I think I know some people that know some people.
You know what, Holly? I have to say, I never want to memorize a single line again.
Okay. Well, you can riff with me if you want.
I can they can let me ad lib. I'm really good at ad libbing.
I will fucking let you ad lib.
I'm a good ad libber. I can do that. Thank you. I can do that. But like it was something about just the years of, and not just on Charm, just all the years of, what people don't get, I think, is that like when they go to a job, they get to still think their thoughts and have their brain, and this is like you put your brain on a shelf and you have other people's thoughts for all that time.
Yeah.
And I kind of just was like, I like my thoughts better.
Right. So if you produce
honestly,
it,
so I don't want to replace them with other thoughts, really.
Right.
And also, you know, I mean, I had such an easy time of it in Hollywood. Why wouldn't I want to go back?
I know. But
Haha.
when you
But I know it would make so many people happy, but I really don't think, I think I'm so, you know, I'm so used to people shitting on us, or in the past and now, that I don't foresee anybody coming forward. Plus, I terrify pretty much everybody in Hollywood, which is totally
no, I see Netflix coming forward, you know, but that's the difference between, you know, at this day and age when, you know, the roles that, not that you're even interested, but the stuff that I've seen on the peripheral, you know, the roles that are being offered to me are just, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in being a guest star in every show there is now.
Well,
like that's
maybe
just like,
oh, you know what? I have a really good idea. Oh, smoke your cig. We grown. I love you, baby. I'm gonna fuck it. I would direct it. I would direct you, Shannon, and the other one.
What's the other one? The other one, Alyssa? Well, no, we gotta let Shannon direct because that's her forte right now.
But that's my forte.
It is. Well, you're gonna have to do two then.
Well, that's the only way I'd do it. I would direct you guys. I would direct a post-death reunion episode, like
who's
she
death?
comes back. Shannon.
Okay, yeah, no, she would.
Well, not Shannon, Prue. Thank God,
right.
Shannon's alive. Prue. Yeah. That would be interesting to me. It might be
she
her
would
thing,
do that
but
with you.
Yeah, I have a very specific. Yeah, what do you mean? Do it like she? Yeah, I would have to direct it. That's the only way I'll do it.
She would do it with you, but then she needs to direct something too because that's her thing.
She can direct whatever she wants. But that is the only way I will do this.
I believe that all four of us believe in reckoning. And I believe that all four of us believe in justice and being treated fairly and also being supportive and appreciative of our fans. And that's what we all have in common. So yeah, however that works itself out in the wash is the way that it works it out. But what's crazy...
I don't even think anyone knows how to approach me, so it's kind of a non-issue, really.
I know how to approach you.
Like with gloves on and some like
not at all
around your face. You're like, ah,
not at all.
It's really funny. Like it kind of. I'm not gonna come back to America, but
I don't think we're allowed to film in America. So I have a girlfriend that's going to Spain to do a movie. Like this is like the world we always wanted was to go to.
She's American?
Yes.
And this is now?
Yes. Crazy, right?
So they must have paid off some things because Americans can't go to Europe right now, so they must have already...
Yeah, she's going to Spain, I want to say in September, to do a movie. Yeah, crazy talk.
I didn't get that. I got Hillsborough, New Mexico, population 170, 165, I'm pretty sure, were like crackheads or speed freaks. Just kidding. I never got glamorous locations. And it would be like, oh, the Holiday Inn. I have to go home now. And I'm like, I'm calling the Holiday Inn my house. That's when you're sad. You're like...
You know, it's been a long and very
funny, long and very, that is the fucking truth.
Yep.
Okay, hold on a second. I am going to get my lighter.
All right,
you entertain people.
Okay. No problem. They said Mexico, we love you. Okay, my kids. We're supposed to film it in Mexico. I mean, she's already in Mexico. You're right. Less cases. You do have less cases in Mexico. I know.
I don't know about that. I think nobody has any idea.
You don't?
There's no. It's kind of like, honestly, like I did like 2.5 months of like hard quarantine. I mean, not hard. I mean hard. I was walking in one circle for like 15 hours a day.
Right.
You know, and people are like, what did you do today? I'm like, well, today I laid down and texted. Then I stood up and texted. Then I texted some more. Then I did house party. The house party was like really big for like the first 3 weeks or month of quarantine. And then we're like, eh.
Right.
Did you do that one?
I didn't. I have been doing Comic-Cons and podcasts since lockdown. So
What kind
I've
of,
literally,
you're guesting, are you doing your own podcast?
I am. I'm doing the Wine Mom. Oh, yeah, it's a super long story. But so in Pretty Little Liars, we had like one episode that was about the moms. One. Count it, one.
Because
So we
moms are just that interesting. They only deserve one episode.
exactly. So we got locked in the basement during this episode all together, and I was super thrilled because we got to all like work together for the first time in forever. I think it was like, God, I think it was in like year 5 or something. It was a long time. And so we got locked in the basement, and the show went on, and the producers and writers forgot to tell the audience how we got out of the basement because they literally forgot about the moms. No joke.
Oh,
So literally,
that sounds about right.
so literally, it went like viral. Like, what happened to the wine moms? Hashtag wine moms. Where are the wine moms? And
You know
all of
what?
our
They should have done a marriage between that episode and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
like literally, like the network
Locked in a
forgot.
basement.
They
Oh
forgot
my
about
God.
us.
You guys
And
were
so
drunk and passed out.
it's for a while actually. And so now we're doing a podcast that is the wine moms, like recapping what happened to us every episode and what
Oh,
we had
that's
to
smart.
say about not being there.
Oh,
And
that's
we've
brilliant.
we've had every guest from the show, all the girls. Lucy Hale's going to do the last episode, and
Oh,
we've got
great.
some fantastic girls. And you know what's great about that show is everybody is so still appreciative, and they reminisce, and they're so they had a
That's nice.
fantastic time. Yeah, so it's fun. I mean, I'm not I'm stuck to this chair for the next
Stuck to
few
the chair.
months.
I should be doing a podcast. I know I should be doing a podcast.
You know
I
what's
know.
funny is since we've done the Wine Moms podcast, and it's a rewatch thing, so we actually like recap every episode. So they're
Wow.
actually asking for the Charmed rewatch podcast right now, which is hysterical because none of us will remember
Who's asking?
anything.
I don't remember
Everybody.
anything. You know how I am. I'm like, what? The
Right.
first couple seasons, I could tell apart episodes by my clothing.
And
No,
your
that was
hair
the first
color.
season. By the second, the hair color. Well, you know
Yeah.
why the hair color, and I wrote about this in Brave in my book, was because there was a rule, a law from the head of the studio
Yep.
that said any female, of course, only female,
Right.
that wanted to cut her hair in any way had to get the studio head approval or color it. And I was like, eat shit. So,
I know, and look at me, my hair is still the same, so I've been programmed. But
yeah,
actually,
you're
no,
fine.
they did
No,
that
they
to
didn't.
Brian too. They did do it to Brian because
When
he
he
shaved.
cut his hair short?
He shaved his head. He went rogue for a moment, and he shaved his head, and he got in trouble for it because
Yeah,
he
they
was
didn't.
really one of the girls anyway. So
Yeah, he was. He was honorary girl.
yeah,
They didn't. Yeah, they literally. It was funny because they were like called me freaking out before we started that season again, and I was like, so you need to know I have bright red hair.
yep.
And they're like, how are we gonna deal with this? I'm like, it's a fucking magic show, duh. And I was like,
I remember
well,
that answer. I remember
yeah,
you going,
and it
it's
was
fucking
literally.
magic, dude.
Well, it was that, but I go, all you have to say is that I was in the kitchen working on a spell. The potion blew up, or
Yep.
the potion blew up, turned my hair, and I liked it. So I said that, and those were literally verbatim the lines that I had to say when I came
Right.
in. It was very funny.
Yeah, and that was like
And
an
I was
old
like,
studio
and also just that,
rule from.
no, it wasn't. It was actually not an old rule because I guess before us there was a show called Felicity, and she cut her hair, and she had long curly hair, and then the ratings tanked when she cut it. But maybe it was a show. I have no idea. But that's why they all
Yeah, no,
freaked
that
out.
was the WB had that misgiving, but Spelling also had the long-running studio rule that like the hair couldn't change, the bangs couldn't change, nothing could
Yeah,
change.
you cut your bangs
Oh yeah,
before I was on, and you told me that Aaron Spellings didn't recognize you. The producer
Yeah.
didn't recognize you.
he literally said that's who you are, that's your identity, you can't change it. But he was coming from the day and age of like Charlie's Angels, where everybody identified with Farrah Fawcett's hair. and
Right.
Jacqueline Smith. And, you
Felicity
know,
Gates.
so there was a certain number of episodes he wanted us to keep our hair not only the same, but down, and no accessories and no ponytails. Like, it had to stay the same, like a helmet, like a helmet. And like Kate Jackson had her, apparently I was the Kate Jackson with the bangs, clearly.
Yeah.
And you had to keep it so that, I
The
mean,
low-key lesbian.
right. And so you
Kate
literally
Jackson, yeah.
had to be like, you know, to him it was establishing an identity. Whereas, you know, I worked with another writer producer before that, David Kelly, who said never, ever underestimate your audience. And so he just throws like questionable stuff out all the time that's like, let them figure it out on their own. It, you know, you think about it, your brain is active and you're engaged.
Yes, yes. We would complain about this. I would complain about this and get mad all the time. I was like, what? Why do I have to recap the scene that just happened
Right.
for the audience that was there watching it? In this next scene, I'm recapping what just happened in that scene, but
Yeah.
they were there. It just happened.
It was the
One of those kind of
exposition.
things. I was always like so mad about that stuff. Just stuff that didn't make sense, which is pretty much everything. Illogical,
The
weird
exposition
crap,
was,
you know, and exposition for the
yeah,
people
the
that don't know
exposition
is
was
like,
hard to pull off.
how would you explain exposition? I would
Exposition is kind of like,
say,
and
when a
here's,
character comes in.
it says previously happened on Pretty Little Liars, previously on Charmed. You know, it's like saying that over again in a scene. And what that was also is that was another Aaron Spelling thing, God rest his soul, because he was super successful producer and a
He's
lovely
such a little
human being.
troll. God bless him.
He loved what he did. He loved his actors. He was so into his shows. But he had a formula, and his formula was, in that day and age, with syndication, you wanted to be able to syndicate whatever season in whatever order that you wanted to. Now it doesn't matter because people binge watch one season
Right.
on Netflix. But then he wanted the episodes for syndication to be replayed in any order, standalones.
Yeah.
So
which doesn't make any sense with our show.
No. So then you would have to explain kind of who we were, what the premise was, and who the bad guy was within one episode. So if some person came in on season 3, episode 5, they would understand the whole fucking show, which is a formula.
I never understood it.
Right.
I never understood. Like, I would get so tired at some points. I would ask Nancy, the script supervisor,
Yeah.
does my character like this guest star character? And she would be like, no. And I'm like, got it. I know how to play this.
Got it.
Because I would read the script, because you get the script in advance for the next week.
Right.
And you read it, but then by the time 5 days later starts, I forgot totally what was going on in that script. And it was
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Fucking hard. Like, it was like a 13-minute lunch, basically.
Yeah, it absolutely was. We had a lot to get done. And like you said, like, you know, these shows doing 8 episodes, 12 now, I'm like, what even is that? Is that a year? Is that half a year? Is that a season? Is it a quarter season?
I'm like, lucky bastards.
Yeah, totally bizarre. Totally bizarre. Oh, they all want to know where the original Book of Shadows is. They all want to know where the original book is. Okay, so if you look up here, there. I ain't going to tell you which one Right. I'm going to tell you which one is. Maybe I have a dummy. Maybe I have 2. Maybe I have 3. I know Brian has this stunt book that we used to throw around. What I know is that Roze wrote
how did you get
the original one.
I did?
Let's just say. Yeah, you did. You were
Was
doodling.
I supposed to?
No.
I doodled on the Book of Shadows?
You did. You didn't know. You were new.
Heresy.
Heresy, I tell you. Yeah, no. So I can tell you that the original one has Rose McGowan's handwriting in it. So if anybody wants to show up with that one, sure, Brad Kern. Otherwise, I have these two up here. So let's talk about what's real and what's not.
Everyone's going to try to geolocate your house now.
Well, no. Why? If it's in the proper hands,
to get that book of shadows. So
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino at one point became so
This is
obsessed
literally
with the
my
show.
favorite story ever. I'm going to let Rose tell it to you while I go grab some more wine, because it's literally one of my favorite stories ever.
So yeah, so Quentin Tarantino, whom I knew, fine, became really obsessed with the show while I was on it, and maybe then he watched the other stuff too, I don't know. But he would call down, like, they would stop filming on set, and the set phone, and they'd be like, oh, Quentin Tarantino's on the phone for Rose, and I'm like, so I go pick up the phone, I'm like, hey, he's like, hey, Rose, in season 5, your boyfriend, when he had that potion, what was the potion made of? And Rose, this episode, where did that boyfriend come from? And where did I'm like, and he would call so much. Finally, the producer Brad Kern called me and is like, this, you got to stop this. And I'm like, okay, I know. Give him his own book of shadows. That way, and also there's something called a show Bible, which keeps track of all of the characters and how they interconnect. Like how in Pretty Little Liars, they should have done that with the wine moms that were stuck downstairs that they forgot about. Like, you have to connect all the characters. Writing a show is a lot of work. Respect. But so we got Quentin a duplicate of the Book of Shadows and the show Bible so he could find his own answers and stop bothering us.
Yeah.
Hey man, so, when, like, Norman Reedus was your boyfriend. I'm like, what?
He really wanted the legend of it. He wanted, like...
And I did not know the legend, and he would get mad and
legacy.
hang up. He'd be like, and hang up.
But nobody did. Nobody did. It was just, like, flying by the seat of our pants, and literally Quentin wanted, like, a guidebook, like a Dungeons and Dragons guidebook.
And me, he goes, man, it's got such dense mythology. And I'm like, yeah.
Sort of.
Dense is right. I was like, it is dense. It is dense. There's a lot of it. It's fucking dense. That's why I got confused half the time. I was like, wait, what? Like the storyline that was in the magic school, that one was those people, what were they called?
Oh, Lord.
Fuck, I hated them. The actors were fine, but it dragged on.
You're not talking about the elders. You're talking about something else. This is a question.
No, I'm talking about, it went on and it was like Gideon. Oh, that was the name of the teacher. Wow, yes. I can't believe I remembered that.
It's all coming back to you now.
It's all coming back to me now.
The magic school was an interesting concept. It was like a tangent that just went like this, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, that one was, I knew they went off on a tangent and didn't know how to get me back.
Are they talking about the avatars? Somebody just...
Yes!
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah.
I was like...
And then somebody said to me, like, that was sort of coincided with, like, Harry Potter and magic school, and I was like, oh, no, that couldn't have been why we did it. That would have been so lame.
Probably.
Was it? I wanted to say it was before.
It sounds almost like a directive from the studio then.
Right.
Not that they had that much input probably, but I don't know. But yeah, I still fantasize about being able to orb. I have to be honest with you.
I know. I think everybody does now. Somebody said, did you enjoy shooting Once Upon a Time?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I did actually. I loved working with Robert, Carlyle. I loved working with Robert Carlyle. He's an amazing human, an incredibly gifted actor. He played Rumpel on Once Upon a Time, Rumpelstiltskin. And I played the younger Barbara Hershey. And which being me, I never watched an episode of it, nor watched her before I went and did it. But everyone was like, wow, you nailed it. How'd you get her voice? I'm like, no clue.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
I was never what you would call, like, there's some people that are really obsessed with acting. I was always like, they say action, I can leave my body and something else comes over me, and then they say cut and I come back.
I remember her the most from the really sad movie with Bette Midler.
Beaches?
Yes, where they were like best friends.
Oh, she was beautiful.
Oh,
yeah, that's all. Yeah, I love that movie too. Boy, that movie made me cry.
Yeah, no, it's
you ever know that you're my hero?
Yeah, it's brutal.
You're everything I want to be. I'm taking a singing break. Sorry, y'all.
Are you? So you're singing or you're
Holly
not?
Marie. I'm singing and not singing. I singing to myself.
And that's it. That's okay.
Except for there's people here.
Somebody just said, oh my God, somebody just said we should remake Beaches. Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's a good idea. I'll be Bette Midler.
You have to be, because I'm definitely.
Obviously.
I'm the one good at dying for sure. Wasn't she the one that died?
Yeah. No, it's Barbara Hershey.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah, the brown hair one, the long brown hair dog. So you got that.
I got that.
I think that's a really good idea.
I love that. That's so cute that they remember that. That's amazing.
Someone just asked, is there a spell from Charmed you both remember? Now, Holly, what happened when I would have to say spells? How would I do that?
You would read them.
Someone behind us, the camera, would hold a giant sign that
Not
wrote
always.
the spell out.
No.
Pretty much.
No.
Yes.
Sometimes we wrote them down.
No, if it was the power of 3, I'll set you free. Can set you free, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I'm gonna get murdered now. And that was about the only one I could memorize. For some reason, the spells, I was just like, because they weren't really rhymey.
They were, they went back and forth.
They were supposed to be, but they weren't really. And I was like, this is not iambic pentameter, people.
It's really not.
I cannot remember this. And it was so it was always Scotty, our prop guy, standing behind with a huge poster board with it written out, and I'm supposed to be like, chanting my heart out to cause some whatever the hell and save the world, and then I'm like, with one eye kind of open, reading it at the same time.
Everybody's
master craftsman.
The object of objection. Everybody likes that one. I sort of remember that. Of objection. But a dream, something will be as it seems. Yeah, you're close. You're really close. You're closer than I was. Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, wait, it just left again. It's, we had our ways.
Oh, I like this one. Someone just wrote, I am light, I am too strong to fight.
Yeah, we had that one.
Is that a spell?
Too. Yeah, was that from the Woogie episode?
I wasn't in that.
So. I'm gonna see. This is why we see now they're doing it again. You guys are growing too fast.
Oh my God! Someone said the Beaches remake was in 2017 with Nia Long and Idina Menzel.
I had no idea. Where did it go?
Lifetime?
Was it Netflix? Where did it go?
Probably Lifetime.
Yeah, could have been.
That's just a stab in the dark here.
See, yes, the light was the Woogie episode. Okay, so I still have some.
Object. Someone wrote it. Thank you. I cannot pronounce your name. Nokel Megigol or something. Let the object of objection become but a dream, as I cause the scene to be unseen.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah,
what episode was that? Oh my God, somebody did say it was a Lifetime movie. What?
I know things. I knew it.
I know the things. Next is Woogie. No, we did have some good ones. True stories. We did have some good ones.
Okay, Macmillan Kid, who's a great artist, you guys should check him out, asks, what's the dumbest questions people asked when you had to do press tours?
Oh gosh. The dumbest one? Oh, I know. I know what Rose will say. I know what I will say. They would ask if we all get along in real life, and I would say
Every fucking time,
yes.
because they were
Every time.
looking for dirt. Because they
Yeah,
just wanted dirt.
every time. And I would
And
say
I would not
yes.
give it to them.
I would say yes, we're having a slumber party tonight, and there may be a pillow fight involved. Pillow
Well,
fight or
see,
two
your
involved.
answer was sweet. I was like, do you hang out with your coworkers when you go home?
Right. But true
I
story.
work 12 to 15 to 17 hours a day. I have about 45 minutes to get home, memorize 10 pages for the next day, and go to sleep
Mm-hmm.
before I get up again. Yeah, but that's when we had our slumber party in that 45 minutes.
Yeah. Truly. Truly. I mean, the fact that we
They,
all
yeah.
still
But they
talk
that
and
was the first question every time. And it was like, and they would
every
do it
time.
with these eyes that were kind of
Yep. Yeah,
like
because
this, like,
they were looking for shit. And that's, you know what? So when they go into another show, when they go in,
uh-oh,
do you
you
guys,
froze.
do you guys all hang out after work? Like, and then, like Kiefer
And like,
Sutherland
if
can
you worked
say,
at a bank,
yeah, one of my children
they
are,
would never ask Kiefer Sutherland that. They'll ask him about his character.
right,
And
right. And
they would
so if
ask
they
me
didn't
like
ask,
what lipstick I liked.
you know, so it's just, it's weird to pit women against each other when there's just like no reason to do it. That's my 11-year-old calling me
Well, but that's what the press does, and that's what the media does.
incessantly. It's kind of funny.
Okay, you gotta go?
Yeah.
You gotta go?
No, he's just probably trying to tell
Wait,
me about his
how old, his what?
how okay, probably it's not, it's like a YouTube thing, I
How old
guarantee
is
it.
the one that I
He's
knew as a baby? Is he 18?
Finley? Finley is
Yeah.
16. I can go get Finley for you. He can say hello. He's probably
Yes! Oh
laying in
my
his bed.
God.
He's laying in
On
his
his
bed doing
iPad?
nothing, I guarantee it. If I get him, he probably has no shirt on. That I can guarantee. So that. But he should say hello to you because he should be proper.
Did Alyssa and Shannon really hate each other? I'm pretty sure, yeah. Don't tell Holly I said that. Who was my favorite demon? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I would have to say Cole, Julian McMahon. Loved him. He was so funny. On days we worked together, the days always went longer and slower, but we would laugh our asses off. And then later I did Nip Tuck. Excuse me. Wonder why I'm coughing. Oh shit, sorry guys. Do I feel bad for what happened to Cole? Did he die? Or did he just go to the afterworld? Fuck. Well, he went on to Nip Tuck. A show called Nip Tuck is really what happened. And I did in the fourth season of that show, Nip Tuck. I did a guest star. I did like 4 guest stars on 4 episodes on Nip Tuck. And we got to work together again, Julian and I, a little bit. He's amazing. You know, his dad was like the Prime Minister of Australia. There's some tidbits for y'all. Who was my favorite boyfriend?
Balthazar.
Norman.
No?
Balthazar. Ah.
What about
Well,
Walt? What
who?
about Walt? Wasn't he
Oh, I
your
love
boyfriend?
Balti.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was yours, wasn't he?
We had a great, I forgot about him. You're right. He was my boyfriend. He was this is what is so funny to me. He was like a drunk, but with potions.
Right.
Yep. Yep. And he's like, what the fuck is going on with the show? And I'm like, dude, just do it.
Don't ask questions. Just do
Don't
it.
ask questions. It'll somehow work. I don't know how. There's weird magic involved that the stuff we do seems completely absurd. But somehow when it's on TV and people see it,
They
it
like
kind of
it.
makes sense.
They like it.
And then that's fine.
I want to know who you guys think was Rose's favorite boyfriend.
Oh, someone just asked me where did I get the scars on my shoulder?
Henry?
Yo, these are spider bites. And I had a big one in my wrist that was giant. And these are big spider bites. I'm in by the jungle. And oh my God, I caught a scorpion in my dog's food bowl the other day, a tiny clear one. And those are the most deadly. And, I married Henry. That's right, I did marry Henry. Someone just pointed that out.
He was good.
The scene where we were, if anybody remembers this, the scene where I think Henry and he either asked me to marry him or he pledges his love to me. I can't remember which. But I did not like how that scene was written. And I believe we were under some pretty lights and we were at a table having like a romantic dinner. I hated the dialogue in that scene or the writing, so I wrote that whole scene. The main monologue part that I had to give, I wrote. That's all I remember. I don't remember what I said. We got married, and when we got married on the show, wait, what's his name? Ivan Sergey.
Ivan,
Sergey.
yeah.
Ivan, yeah.
Yep.
And Agent Brody was also great, too. Kier.
He was great.
Kerr
Smith.
I'm getting the shit bitten out of me down here, yo.
Wow, that's crazy. I can see it now. I didn't see it before, but now I can see it.
This is good. This is a month later. It's still bubbling up. I've been fighting these things for like a month, and it's so painful.
That's some serious spiders.
And if you don't get them out in time, they turn into eggs inside of you.
Okay, so that happened in the house you're in now or a previous one? Because I'm rethinking my visit.
I have no idea where I was.
Oh my gosh. That's scary. Someone
just said they should have made Paige gay. I was waiting for it. I fucking agree.
You know what? You know, if we could have done more of that, you know, if it was just a little bit later day and age, but we had network requirements.
If it was like 5 years later. Yeah, we had a network that was very old-fashioned, and a lot of the producers on the show were very old-fashioned. And the stuff that they did that made me crazy would be like, there was a coffee table book on our set, and it was like, it made me mad that I would talk to them about it. I'm like, why don't you put a book that, they're like, the audience will never see it. I'm like, but I see it.
Right.
They see it, and these characters would never have this book on their table. It was The Power of Pittsburgh. A coffee table book about the power of Pittsburgh. And I was like...
You literally just reminded me that, like, you would go into the sunroom and go, why do we still have all this wicker furniture? Like, why do we have to have grandma's wicker furniture?
I'm like, these ladies are young. They live in San Francisco. I think they could get different furniture. Because where did it come from anyway? Since we couldn't do personal gain spells, how did the furniture get fixed?
There is that. It was a lot of wicker for grandma.
And Daryl. Someone just said, I miss Daryl too. Oh, Daryl.
We do. We actually tried to get him for...
Dorian.
Yeah, we tried to get him for the pandemic convention. I don't know what happened to that. But Finley is now dressed. Well, he's put some clothes on to say hello to Rose so that she can see the baby. Here, Rose. Here's the baby.
Hi, baby. I knew you when you were a baby.
I know. You know what? Where's that picture? Can you get that picture off my board of you and Rose right there? Do you see the little one up there? Rose is going to freak out right now.
Is Finley in it?
Yep. Yeah, that one. Be careful with it. It's like 20 years old. Okay, it's like, 16.
Oh, God. Do you remember the guy that was Mr. Right?
The baby.
Wait. Oh, baby Finley. Oh, I love that photo. I'm so glad you have that.
It's literally still on my wall. There's a baby.
Oh, my God. My shoulder's like getting worse and worse as we speak. Ugh, maybe they're laying eggs.
He didn't. You better not. He didn't smell as bad as it does now then, but still kind of cute. Jesus.
Well, he's not wearing diapers, I hope, so that's the good news.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Don't touch it again.
Finley, you're a very, very cute baby and a lovely, lovely young human man.
I appreciate it.
Lovely
You're
human
welcome.
man.
Lovely
Go.
human man. Lovely young human man.
Yes.
All right, I gotta go.
We're
Because
going.
I think the spider's laying eggs in my shoulder.
You better
I can
stop
feel
it.
something. Not
I mean,
kidding. There's something
if
weird happening in my body.
I need to help you come there and cut them out. I'll do it for you.
Dude, that's the whole thing here. Like, fingers crossed on the medical care, but that's cool.
I'll bring you a potion.
Please, maybe it'll
You're okay.
make it so I don't have to bleach my hair next month. And, like, you can just do a potion.
I know, you're okay.
Eduardo Verastegui played Mr. Right for Piper. Do you remember him? He was so beautiful.
Yes. Oh,
God, he was beautiful.
Nobody forgot
Lord.
him.
Well, someone just wrote it on there.
Oh,
Holy God, he was hot.
Yeah.
And then they got another Mr. Right for me, and I was like, it was not the same one.
Not the same. Not the same dude.
Not the same. And Eduardo was like, he didn't speak great English. He'd come from Mexico, I believe, right? And he was like, he had to say the line, I want to give you deep tissue massages.
Yes.
But nobody ever told him how to say the word massages. And I was like, don't tell him. Because his line was so cute. Don't correct him. He's like, Piper, I want to give you deep tissue massages.
Massages?
Massages. Piper, I want to give you deep tissue massages. And I'm like, I want a massages. Can I get a massages?
Needs a massages.
Give me the massages. All right, honey. Have a great day.
I love you lots.
Talk soon. Give a big kiss to Finley for me.
I will.
Love you guys. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Bye, love.